Hello, hello. I am your 2016 presidential candidate, Michelle Hope Walker. Vote for me. Vote for Michelle Hope Walker. Had to get my name on every state ballot, but if so happen you don't see my name, write my name in. You as a citizen have the right to write in who you want for president, even during the primaries, because some of these primaries won't let me get on the ballot because I'm an independent. I'm not, running as a Democrat. I'm not running as a Republican. I'm running as an independent. I'm pretty much am a Democrat, but I chose to run as an independent, in this race. So, therefore, vote for me, Michelle Hope Walker, 2016 President, United States President. Okay, now I'm diving right into, because you all know, yes, I'm running for president. I'm also a personality, evangelist, speaker, comedian, go on and on. I just believe in the power of words to encourage people. I even do music and all kind of other little different things to get the word out, to encourage folks and to stand for justice. You see me all the time out with the movement. Making those stands, standing up. That's why I run for president. Justice. And as we talk about justice, this is a shame of this video that's went viral. It's not a shame that it went viral. We're glad about that. The shame is that you have this police officer throwing around this student all over the room. He didn't even need to do that. But see, that goes back to what I've talked about. And you can watch all my other videos. Just go to youtube.com and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's Michelle Hope Walker Speaks. Michelle Hope Walker Speaks. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hear me always talking about justice, because that's what I believe. I believe in fairness and I believe in justice. I believe that no matter what you look like, no matter how much money you got, no matter what's what, people should still be treating you fairly and right. I'm like, even a person like this still should give you that respect, that to treat you fair and to treat you right. So anyway, you have this guy throwing around. Now, we know it's a female, so I'm trying to figure out it's an African-American female, because as an African-American female, I see it all the time that a lot of times people just tend to be more aggressive with us. I don't know if it's because they think or they bought into the stereotype that African American women, black women are aggressive, which we're not. They never talk about what, when they show videos of black women, African American women getting upset, they never talk about what happened for why that black woman or African American woman had got upset. Never talk about that. They just show after, oh my gosh, look, or people just get scared. You just saying something simple and people get scared, where if it was someone else saying it, they wouldn't even get scared. So, a lot of times African Americans, period, get the cops called on them quicker. And our students, bless their hearts, it's just sad in the schools that a lot of times the African Americans, black and the brown, they get called the police on more than anyone. Because why is a police officer? She just said they're asking her, I guess, to put up her phone. But then also heard where students were saying online that, when the officer came, she was saying she apologized, and so it seemed like she was trying to work with them, but it's like the officer just came with this attitude of, no, you're going to do, we tell you to, and the thing is too, the attitude that a person has before they come to you. The attitude the person has. So that's where I totally tell you all, to me, one of the key issues in this campaign is race. It's race, and a lot of people don't talk about the race issue. When they talk about it, they get so defensive about it versus just listening. A lot of times other races get defensive about it, and we'll talk about how many black friends they got and how they treat black people right, different things like that. But then also, like I said, I was also like challenging them with too, the African-American black people that you feel that are doing what you think they should do. But when a black or African-American is questioning you, or calling accountability from you, I notice sometimes other races tend to get more aggressive. It's as if, they're looking like, who are you? Whenever somebody gets talking about, who are you? First thing I think of is they're trying to devalue you. That whole statement there, who do you think you are? That's a devaluing statement right there. Because the thing is, we respect and love ourselves, but you also respect and care about the next person. You ain't got to agree with the next person, but you still respect their human being, humanity type thing. We respect, each other. When people talk about, who do you think you are? I'm like, that is like belittling a person, because you're looking at them like, basically you're letting them know, I don't respect you, and who do you think you are? Now, unless it's the case that somebody's putting you down, And you just let them know, okay, that's not right for you to do, or whatever the case might be. But anyway, so this is just sad. So you're just throwing, I just throwing this girl around the room, and I'm sitting here thinking, I believe he came in with that negative attitude. And then a lot of times, once they see that the student is black, they get even more attitude. Because in their head. So you got to understand what's already in the head, the mindset, Because if you come in with the mindset of, okay, this is a child, this is a student, let me try to talk and work. You come in with the caring. So, I used to be a teen director. Of the Boys and Girls Club. I've worked with youth all my life, my own organizations, Hope Records, where I help to keep kids in school away from drugs and alcohol through music and the arts. Shout out to Ludacris group doing something for me, Ludacris, Ebony's Son Management. Shout out to Kanye West, connected with some kids for me. Shout out to, Kanye West, Ludacris, Nelly. Nelly had done some stuff on Big Oop Records. People in Atlanta would know of that. Greg Street, V103. Well, is it V103? I think he's at Hot now. I don't know where he's at. But he's at V103. I think he was at Hot then when we came up there. Hot 97 or Hot 107. But anyway, so Greg Street. Shout out to Patchwork Studios. Dark Studios, Dallas, Austin. So again, I keep going down the list, so please forgive me if I didn't include you in. But these people have helped me in working with my organization, Hope Records, that I founded actually by myself, but to help kids. So I've worked with youth. And so I know that you really have to be patient, and that's why I tell people, if you don't like working with youth or the public, get out of that field, because you do all of us injustice to be in a field that you're not called to do. You don't like people. You don't like being around people. You bias and you stereotype people very quickly. So we don't need you in customer service type fields, because you're not good at it. So again, it's that mindset. What was he thinking before he came in the room? And so, like I said, a lot of times when the student's black, they automatically, I don't know why, just automatically, it becomes a more aggressive tone from the person. I got to show them something. Where a lot of times of another race, they're not as aggressive. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times you don't see a white kid being thrown around no classroom that quick, not by officer or anybody else, Now, I'm not saying it never has been, but again, that's what I'm trying to tell you, that race comes into play. And that, that is the number one issue in America, because people are getting killed, people are getting mistreated. This girl got thrown around. I know race had a part to play in it. I know, like Cheryl Lee Ralph talked about, whenever race always has something to do with it. And no matter how much people want to deny it, because a lot of times people are going to say, well, I did think about, and sometimes for some people it's systematic, systemic, as they talk about racism. That the system just automatically, and people just subconsciously have it ingrained that, I got to be tougher on black kids. I got to be tougher, on these type of kids, so we have to watch that. So I feel like he came in with that mindset. Because there's some students talk about, she was trying to work with him, but he just was not where he already had his mindset on throwing her or doing whatever. And then he kept doing it. I'm like, how much does she got to get thrown around? And that teacher, oh my gosh, that teacher. And then I just heard something about that the teacher and a lot of people, administrators, they agreed with the officer. Oh my gosh, that is a shame. So if that was your child being thrown around by an officer, you would condone that. And I was just in awe that the teacher was just sitting there watching the officer throw the child around. I've taught school. I've done substitute teaching. I've been a teacher assistant. I've taught school, and I just cannot even begin to see that I was also, I'm stepping, okay, that's enough, or something. But then again, everybody was talking about how scary this officer was. But I don't know, maybe they were scared they're going to get thrown around next. So this officer had a negative history and was scaring folks already. So everybody was scared, It's like, and the poor students, it's like they wanted to help, but they were scared they were going to get thrown around. Then I did hear something about that. One student did try to jump in. They took him or her to jail, And I'm like, this is just wrong. And this is what I talk about, that injustice coming from the office of the presidency, the United States of America presidency. Because I don't care what state you live in, you should not be able to kill folks, mistreat folks because of your stereotypes and biases of a particular race. That's wrong. That is so wrong. And of the poor. Because again, like I tell people, if you're poor and you ain't got no money, now that's where, yes, a white kid can get thrown around. Because no matter what race you are, we have a class issue too. That if they feel like you ain't got no money, you ain't got no political pull or power or fame, they'll throw you around too, regardless of the race. So, but it's wrong. It is wrong, and something needs to be done to this officer. I'm tired of we letting the states or the city or the counties handling their own, and they're letting their people off because they're not going to handle it right because they know these folks. And so a lot of times they're scared. That's where justice has to come from the presidency's office. Justice has to come federally. And, from what I understand, there's been some federal probes, and that's good. But yeah, justice. So this is why I ran for president, you all, because this is ridiculous. Yes, that officer, he should be arrested. And the thing that gets me is that we all see it. When there's video like this and footage, we all are saying, well, don't tell me that nothing can't be done. And that's why I love our Black Lives Matters group. Because yes, something can be done. Don't make it seem like, oh, we can't. Yes, you can do something. You can do something. You're choosing not to. You can do something. And so, at the end of the day, we just pray. Because we know not all officers are like that. No. In the midst of this, as they've been showing this video, what happened in Columbia, South Carolina, and what school was that? The Spring Valley High School. They've shown footage of good officers that are at schools just helping to keep kids safe and have developed positive relationships with the students where students don't feel like, they're looked at as doing something wrong, even before, and they're not even doing anything wrong, again, kudos to our officers. But like I said, and that's what we need officers. I seen something online where somewhere we're talking about officers need to report other officers. We need you to do that. So those you officers like, well, not all of us are like that. Okay, well, we need you to report your coworkers. We need you to stand and report your coworkers. No, we don't believe you all are like that, but we do need some systemic change. That again, I still feel that training a lot of times is making officers feel like they're being trained that the minorities, especially African Americans and blacks and the poor, are always the ones in the wrong. Because somehow when they're dealing with folks that they don't got money or fame, they're a lot more nicer, they're a lot more considerate, they're not so quick to put their hands on them. Sometimes I see news stories that they don't even give the person's name of who did the wrong or whatever, and you sort of already know what color that person was, or either they had some political clout or they had some money because their name isn't posted everywhere. They didn't get snatched out the car or shot at, by the police officers. It's unfair. It's unfair. And so, like I said, vote for me for United States of America President Michelle Hope Walker. For those of you don't be brainwashed. Don't be brainwashed because we can do something. And we can do something starting with my presidency of being up there, being able to make some changes, bringing us all together and saying, we got to stop this. No more people should be killed because of their race. No more people. No more people should be killed. No more kids should be dragged around classrooms like this by an officer. And then the people in the power condone it? Are you for real? And students, shout out to you all for saying something about it. I'm proud of you all for speaking up. Now we have to pray over these students that spoke up. We got to pray over the girl who we threw around, pray over her attorney. Now, we really got to go in prayer mode. Because again, the big picture thing is they try to hush people up. Or they try to threaten people, who stand up. So we have to stay praying. We have to stay supporting them. And so that's why when people speak up and take that stand, I'm running for president of the United States of America. I need y'all to stay praying over me. Because you'll have people to try to switch my words around or try to, act like, oh my God, she's crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy for standing up for my rights. I'm not crazy for standing up and running for president because I know that I can run this country and make this country better than what it is. No, not crazy. And it amazes me on how, because I'm an African American female and natural hair does make a difference. Please Google. Again, I may do my hair in different ways, but I notice, the challenges I have when I'm wearing that natural. But I love my natural hair. I love my natural and I love wearing it, my natural hair. But some people see that as militant. Some people see that as uncomfortable, people feel uncomfortable being around you when you're African American black female with natural hair. You know, a lot of times people, poor. Oh, well, you ain't got a lot of money. Who you think you are to run? But you know what? I'm the exact person that need to run for president, so I can help change some things so that more people don't end up in situations like this. So again, don't be brainwashed. Don't be brainwashed. And again, what always gets me is that other people are running for president. I'm not saying too much of anything different from what they're saying. But yet, because of their color or status or fame or class, it's okay for them to say certain things and to run for president. Interesting. Anybody that follows me on Twitter and everything, y'all know this more interesting. Because that's me just standing back like, interesting. On the difference. When there is really no difference other than that there's a racial discrimination factor going on there and a class discrimination factor going on there. A social class, So again, kudos to the person who videotaped this. Kudos to the attorneys and people standing up, and now we got to pray and we got to support them. And again, I run for president to stop all this. This is ridiculous. And yes, we can do something. Please don't buy into that we can't. We can't. We have to stand up. That's what we have to do. We can't be afraid. We got to stand up. All change has come from us standing up and saying, I'm tired, And I feel right now we living in a society, the folks are tired. They tired of hearing the same old, same old. They're tired. That's why I love the Black Lives Movement. When they go, people try to act like, oh my God, they just got what? No, they didn't. But they said they're tired of these same old answers. And the rhetoric that's really not going to get anything done, but you're saying something to try to hush folks up. We want to see change. We're tired of black lives dying. We're tired of black lives being hurt. And we care for all lives, but it's the black lives that seem to be dying more and being hurt more. All right, I'm your 2016 presidential candidate, Michelle Hope Walker. Vote for me. Again, you can email me, vote Michelle Hope Walker, president at yahoo.com. Vote Michelle Hope Walker, president at yahoo.com. Email me. Let me know how you're going to help. You can give it to my campaign all the way from a penny all the way up to $2,600 individual. You got $5, $10, $20. Email me. Let's connect. Let's see how we're going to make this all work and happen. Get it connected. We turn in reports on campaign financing, so it's all a process and order. So don't have to worry about, oh my God, what are you going to do with my money? Well, hey, it's going to be recorded. We have to do that. You all know that I'm very honest and real on doing the paperwork. That's how you go to fec.gov, you see me up there, because I did the paperwork. I'm not just running around saying I'm running for president. I'm actually doing paperwork and doing whatever things that, I'm aware of that I need to do. If there's something more I need to do I'm not aware of, then you can email me and let me know that. And then plan on helping, because a lot of people go, you need this, you need that. We're planning to help, because I can't do it all by myself. I'm putting myself out here as a sacrificial lamb, running for president to help bring about justice and fairness and homes for everybody and food and quality education. But I need your help. I can't do this by myself. Don't sit back and just laugh like, oh my gosh, she's running for president. No, support me. Support me, babe, boo. Whoever, support me. That's what I need. So God is good. So again, you can contact me social media. So email me, vote Michelle Hope Walker, president at yahoo.com. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's Michelle Hope Walker Speaks. That's YouTube. Michelle Hope Walker Speaks. You can Facebook me. That's facebook.com. And then that's Michelle Hope Walker Speaks, period, listen. Michelle Hope Walker Speaks, period, listen. Tweet me. I tweet all the time. That's one of the key things I do is I tweet. So Hope_speaks. So that's Hope and a little line under there, speaks. Hope_speaks. And hey, be motivated. Listen to my song on SoundCloud.com. That's Michelle-Hope-Walker. And God is good. So again, let's support the justice be done at Spring Valley High School in Columbia, South Carolina. that the truth, people will stand up for the truth. Don't play the political game of that's my friend, so I don't really, say anything negative about the officer. Bullcrap. If he's wrong, you all. That's all we're saying is if a person is wrong, it's wrong. You can't be quick to jump on when one person does something, especially when a black person does something. Oh, they quick. Oh my God, they was wrong. Oh my God, But then when somebody else does something, a police officer does something, people act like they scared to say that he was wrong. He's wrong. And I know a lot of times they be concerned about the position of police officer being in jeopardy, but I don't think so. No, I think you help the public to trust police officers more when other police officers are quick to stand up against the injustice of their fellow officers. That we can trust the police to stand up against, their own and say, no, man, that wasn't right. I'm not with you on that. That was not right. So you want the trust of the public, then, I know a lot of officers like, hey, well, it wasn't me. All right, well, we need you to be honest and truthful and talk about who it is. Who is the wrong officer? What they're doing. Tell about that. And then we got to make sure the police officers feel comfortable telling on other officers. Because, I heard it's in the code that, we stand together. We don't tell each other. But they got to break that code up. That's not a good code. Because that's why have other officers scared to tell other officers. Because they're trying to keep their job. They scared. Because they feel like if they tell another officer, then all of a sudden their job won't come in jeopardy. Certain little things going to start happening to them. All right. So I'm your 2016 presidential candidate, Michelle Hope Walker, in justice. And again, whoever becomes the next president, which vote for me, Michelle Hope Walker, for United States president, we will be picking up to 4 Supreme Court justices. You want me to pick those justices. You don't want, most definitely Republican Party to be picking them. And, you really have to watch, and I'm still on how Hillary looked at Black Lives Matter. She looked at them in disgust, so I have a challenge with Hillary on that. So you like blacks that do what you tell them to do, so that slavery mentality. But when you have blacks as asking about your accountability on issues, you get disgusted with them and you don't like them. Well, you can't do that. You're supposed to like all of them and supposed to respect all of them, whether you agree with them or not. So again, vote for me, 2016 presidential candidate, Michelle Hope Walker. Be blessed.